Hello, everybody. I am back again. You can see I'm back on my laptop. I have got to figure out why it's zooming in so much. Like when I use my webcam on anything else, it's all nice and pretty and easy to see. And then I put it on for Facebook Live. It's like, wow, face. So I will play around with that later because life's all about learning new things. So I will learn some crazy tech things about that later. And I'm looking at myself too. So I'm laughing because people that have not worked with me before, because I'm reaching out and spreading out to new audiences. And if you've not worked with me, you're probably thinking like, she's always dressed down. What is hilarious is on a regular basis, just regularly, I'm like obsessed with like beauty care and skincare and just buying all sorts of cosmetic type of stuff. I am obsessed. Seriously, when I go to Sephora, like my dude at Sephora, when he sees me come in, I know his eyes start lighting up and he's like, I'm gonna make my bank today. Like he is just so excited because I'm gonna buy all the things. And then they give me free samples. So I'm like, great, whatever it is, I'm gonna love it, and I'm gonna buy that too. So I am like cosmetic crazy. So lately I've been like, I just want to lounge around and do my Facebook Live videos. So I think I'll do it up a little bit tomorrow, back to my regular level of cosmetic self. But yeah, I am a cosmetic skincare addict. So anytime you want to make recommendations, or if you're a creative entrepreneur, business is all about like making handmade luxurious products, please hit me to that. Send me your info and I want to try it. I want to try all of it. And yeah, I'm really easy when it comes to selling for cosmetics and skincare. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll try it all. Let me try it. Let me put some gold and glitter on it. It's going to be amazing. So today's live stream, or this live stream today, we're going to talk about investing in your time and your dollars in your creative business. This is a really hard one. And now, for the record, this is hard for any entrepreneur that I have found. Just knowing when to invest, how much, and getting over that hump. For creative entrepreneurs, I've noticed it's a different type of stress too. So when I meet a lot of creative people, especially people that are going from making their creative entrepreneur business, going from hobbyist to professional, like making this your career and your job. When you're a hobbyist, I find that a lot of professional creative people that are doing this as a hobby will spend all the things. They will just spend anything all the time. Spend. Like, sure, I need this super fancy paintbrush that is made of unicorn hair that came from London. Oh, yeah, I totally need this gold-plated guitar string that glitters to make sure I can play all my music properly. I can only write on paper that was handmade by Tibetan monks, and that's the only paper I'll write on. Like I've seen hobbyists spend crazy stuff, gorgeous, luxurious stuff, but like just spending on anything just to get whatever it is they need. They say, well, it's for my art. I gotta do it. I gotta have it. I gotta spend all this money. I gotta. So it's not just a matter of fear of spending money, but then when it turns into something professional, suddenly it's like, I can't really spend anything. I really can't. So whenever I meet people and they tell me, oh gosh, my business is not going well and I'm losing money and I can't spend and I can't buy. And I always ask them, so what's the difference from when you were spending as a hobbyist? Because people still have day jobs in a lot of cases, or people are still budgeting for other purposes. And most of the time they couldn't really afford that hobby anyway, but they found a way to do it. And yet, when it becomes something different, when it crosses over into the realm of professionalism, like I'm taking this seriously, I'm really doing this, suddenly I can't spend any money. Here's the thing, guys. So you really need, this is where mindset comes in. There is something going on and some sort of limiting belief, hidden message, hidden agenda that you are attaching to the idea of investing in your business and making it about investing in yourself. There is something personal around your story about what you believe that you're able to do, and you are tying that into investing in the business. Because it seems like I'll see people struggling. For example, something as simple as like putting up a website. Okay, putting up a website. And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I did this as well. Oh my gosh, do you hear my critters? They're so mad right now. They're so mad that I won't let them into this office. So they will just have to get over it. So ignore them. I've done this myself when I was in that place of, oh, but I really want to do this professionally. Oh, but I really want to stop with my day job. Oh, but I really, and I just could not bring myself to do it. And I came up with all these excuses. And finally, I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up a website. I'm going to set up a website. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set up a website. You guys, I'm not a web designer. I'm not going to be a web designer. I don't have any interest in becoming a web designer. I highly appreciate and value and honor web designers because that mess is hard. I am not afraid of coding. I'm familiar with the concept. That is not something that I'm going to excel in or am interested in excelling in, really. So when I was doing my website, torturous. It was torturous. And no matter what I did, and it took me hours and hours and hours and hours. And even at the end of it, it still didn't reflect what I wanted to put out there. It just didn't feel at that level where I wanted people to see what I was doing. It wasn't professional looking, and it had nothing to do with the sites. There are great sites out there that is drag and drop. So if that's something you can, it is possible. But for me, I was making it way too complicated. And then I went around and said, well, I'll just go in and start messing around with the coding options. And so then I would make things complicated. I would try to make the website do different things. And then I would be playing with it every day and going all. I was making it so dramatic and complicated, way more complicated than it needed to be, and it still didn't look good at the end. Now I realize, looking back and after a ton of mindset work and really focusing on like what's going on here, long story, so I did hire someone through my amazing creative branding manager, Celia Siegel Management. By the way, love them. If you are a voiceover talent and you are considering getting help with your marketing branding, I highly recommend it. So you can send me a message if you have questions, but they're amazing. But we hired a top-notch web designer at Biondo Studios, and it's amazing. It's gorgeous. Once I took that leap, and it took a long time for me to get there. I mean, it took a long time for me to even hire Celia. It took me a lot of meditation and journaling and figuring out, like, where do I really want to be? Like, what kind of creative professional am I going to do? Like, am I doing this or not? And I finally sucked it up and invested, and it has paid me back multiple times over. And my site looks amazing, and it looks the way I want it to. And when I got the site back, what happened was I just felt all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, it all became really professional and really fun and serious and great, but not serious bad, serious in a good way. So that was something that I knew was important. And yet, for at least a good year or two, I was being so dramatic about it. So overly dramatic. Could I have paid less money? Probably. And found a great website? Yeah, that I probably could have. I could have found someone to do it. But the amount of drama that I was putting into it and just thinking about it, like, it would give me anxiety. And I knew it was drama. I could feel the drama and I can feel the complication, and it felt like when sometimes my family gets dramatic. So it felt like that. It felt like a dramatic relationship over and over, back and forth, and I just can't figure it out. And every day it's like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And now I'm like, gosh, like I wasted so much time and money and effort, because ultimately I paid for all these little things along the way when I could have just paid that one price and been done with it and had a baller site from go. So meanwhile, compare that to how much, actually the same with equipment I've bought over years. Now there is a difference between up leveling and upgrading when you start wherever you're at and you keep stepping up as you get further and further into whatever your creative career is. This is different. This is, you could have done it up front. You have the capabilities up front. Either you're refusing to spend it out of principle. If you start saying it's the principle of the matter, I don't know about spending that much money. I think I can do it cheaper. If you're coming up with all sorts of other excuses, not about upgrading your material, not about just, meeting where you're at, really check yourself. Because, and sometimes we convince ourselves that we don't have money, but if you really look back at some of the things that you have spent on, some of the big purchases that you've spent on, it's not that you didn't have the money, because you've spent large sums on other things. And yet, when it comes to spending for your creative career, for tools and technology and services that you need to get your company wherever it's at to that next level, suddenly there's a lot of resistance. So let me be the first to tell you that resistance, it's not about your bank account. That resistance is fear. It's fear of putting yourself out there. It's fear of what if you fail. It's fear of what will your family think. It's fear that you're going to be taken advantage of. It's fear that someone's going to make fun of you. It's fear that you're going to make the wrong decision. It's fear you're not going to make it. Fear. All of it. Because when I finally started getting to microphones, for voiceover, you need a ton of microphones. When I finally got around to it and researched it, and I bought a microphone, it wasn't like and not as nice as the microphone I have now, but I did research and realize, wow, these are expensive, and I'll get what I can afford and then treat the area. But I also had to get help and get assistance. I met someone, she wasn't a client, she was someone wanting to pick my brain for voiceover. I get that a lot. And she was so proud. She said, I'm getting a microphone. It's going to be amazing. We're like, oh, okay, great. She's like, yep, I'm getting it for like a deal for like $30. And we're like, okay. She's like, yeah, it's a $30 microphone. And we looked at it and we told her, this microphone it was good for maybe podcasts or like video game or for like talking on the phone or something. Like, it definitely was not anything that you would submit for an audition, and definitely not for a job. But she didn't want to hear that no matter what we said. She's like, no, that's all I can do. That's all I can afford. That's all I can afford. I can't. I'm like, okay, so here's what happens. You would rather ultimately spend a whole ton of money buying little piecemeal items that aren't going to work, and then you're going to have to keep buying more things. So then you're going to be surrounded by a lot of trash that isn't going to do anything for you. Or you can either save up, get a loan, get whatever it takes, or saving up probably, because she was spending on other things. Because she told me something about her finances. I'm like, you probably could do without half of that stuff, just enough to get this microphone, a decent microphone. Doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, but it should probably be more than $20 or $30. So it's a fun little trick. And in other entrepreneurship, you see the same thing, but I do see for people that are in specific creative fields, when they're starting their business, it goes beyond that, because they will spend on other things for their creative business when it was a hobby. When it wasn't their business, oh God, they're like, oh my God, I need this. So there's a disconnect there. So really look at that. If at one point you have spent something on a crazy habit, oh man, if you had known how much I had spent on just acting stuff, because I did a lot of unpaid theater for a good part of my career, as most people do, especially when you're first starting out. But the amount of money I paid in costuming and makeup and just getting myself out there, I can't even. And donating and getting funds together and helping the theater and I mean, me personally, I did that, and yet, when the time came for me to get a headshot, I went to the cheapest place I could come up with. I think I might have even done like a glamour shot at one point. Do not shame me. I know that's ridiculous. Like, I was very young and I was going through some stuff. But it was just ridiculous. Like, not even a professional photographer, not anyone, because I was trying to save money. And yet I would drive all over town spending my gas. So long story short, it comes into, why are you investing? And if you feel resistance, get down deep into, okay, what is this resistance really? Don't automatically assume this resistance because I have no money. If you keep saying, I have no money, 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 if you keep saying that, you're not going to have money. Period. Like, you're not. If you keep saying it over and over and over and over and over again, because your subconscious is super powerful and says, okay, we don't have money. That's what we want. We're never getting money. No money. And you won't make any money. And then you'll be surrounded by stuff, and then you can go back and say, see, I couldn't make it. I have to go back. This is too hard. Really look at your mindset. What is the benefit that you are getting from not investing in what you need? And you can, if this is a creative business, so it's still a business. If you need to put something in that you are going to reap the rewards and get that investment back, figure out a way to do it. And that sounds really harsh. I used to hate when coaches told me that, but now I get it. When people are like, you know what, find the money legally. Don't be sending me emails saying, well, I met this coach and she said I need to rob a bank. No, I'm not saying you need to rob a bank or doing anything illegal, but here's a great example. If someone sold you a ticket, you won a contest, you won a lottery of some sort, and you won. It's a legit contest, and you won it. And the only thing, when you get it, you were traveling out of town when you got the ticket, or it was gifted to you. Let's say it was gifted to you, and the person that was gifted to you lives in California or Miami or someplace really far away from you. But you have to go to that place to collect the money. They can't just overnight it to you. They can't money order that. You have to go in person to show ID to get the money. But it's definitely legit. We're not talking about being scammed here. Like, it is legit, but you have to go get it. You have to go over there and get it. And it is for millions of dollars. Let's say $5 million. I mean, on some days it could be $2,000, but it's a big sum of money. Think of the most money that you need and double it. Like, it's a big amount of money. Are you really going to say to your friend and to the place that is giving the money, and like, oh man, I can't get there. I can't travel, man. That would have been nice though. Oh well, you know what? Just give it to the next person. No, you would figure out how to get there. You'd be making calls. You'd be gassing up your car. You'd be borrowing money and be like, I'm gonna pay you when I get back. You would do whatever it takes. You would be taking mass transit. You'd be getting on the bus. Like, I even hate the bus, but I'm getting on the bus. You would walk. But you would get there. You would not leave money on the table like that for something just you have to get there. I mean, really think about it. That wouldn't even make any logical sense. This is kind of what it is about investing in your creative business. You figure out how to get there. How? Here's the wonderful thing. When you get your mindset right, when you get yourself at a place where you are actually vibing and thinking in terms of connecting with flow and really clearing all of your blocks about not being worthy and trying to prove yourself to someone, and you're looking at it in terms of, I'm going to do my creative business to service other people. I have a message to get out. It's important that I get it out. I'm doing this while you're clearing your blocks, while you're healing your trauma. When you do all that, opportunities come to you. You aren't going to have to like go crazy and jump through hoops. And you're going to be amazed by the amount of opportunities that start to present themselves. Then the trick is, and if you've done all your work in terms of healing and helping get past trauma, you will recognize the opportunities and say yes to them. Because that's the other thing. You might get to that point and the opportunities come and you're still like, oh, it's success. No, thanks. No, thanks. What? So the stakes have to be higher, and just understand if you don't invest in what you need, you have to ask yourself why. Why are you not investing? And I go through exercise with my clients, and because it's like we need to get down deep, because you're not going to get any further if you don't invest. If you're an actor and you refuse to get headshots, oh my gosh, I hear this all the time. Oh my God, I really need to get a headshot. Yeah, you do. It's part of being a professional actor. It's part of it. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna have my friend take it. No, it's your business. It's your business. It represents your creative endeavors. Go get what you need done. If you are a painter and you are refusing to purchase materials, paint, brushes, cans, if you're a graffiti artist, whatever it is that you need to do. If you're not putting yourself online, knowing that people purchase things online, knowing that you yourself, because I've heard that too, where people have said, oh, I just don't want to put my stuff online. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to open up a web store. I don't want to sell stuff. And then I asked them, when's the last time you bought something online? Oh yeah, I bought dog food online. Oh, I went to Amazon. I bought this, I bought that. If you know that's where people go to buy stuff, why wouldn't you put your creative stuff online? If you're an artist, why wouldn't you do that? Get a nice looking website and go. People are constantly, and not just other entrepreneurs, creative entrepreneurs do this too, but when you keep arguing with yourself about what you need to invest in your business, you have to ask yourself what's really going on. Oh, hey, Twyla, how are you? Because I'm guaranteeing, we're talking about investing in your creative business, like artists, creatives that just refuse to invest in anything. What was I saying? So I will meet people that say over and over, like, oh, I just don't have the money. I guarantee you, if you're not investing, it's not about your bank account. You might think it is, and you might tell people that. You're telling people that because it makes you feel better. What it really is about, it's how you are connecting your worth, your value, your ability to have a creative business, and tying that directly to your money flow and your willingness to invest. You're using that as an excuse because of something else, some other limiting belief that you have in there. Because I see people like you the amount of money I've seen people spend on craziness, and as long as it doesn't have to do with having a business, they will spend it. Out to dinner every single night, buying the most expensive shoes. Oh my God, I just had to go to brunch. Just crazy, crazy stuff. But as soon as it has to be about your business, hey girl, as soon as it's time to invest in your business, oh, I don't have money. I don't have money. I can't. I don't have money. Yeah, you do. You just don't want to spend it. I'd rather people just say like, yeah, I don't want to be successful. I don't want to have a business. I don't want to. Actually, I wouldn't want that because I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be a mindset coach for creatives if that's really what I wanted. But hey, of course, if you're working with me, I'm like, well, okay, well, why? If the answer is like, I really don't want to spend all day doing this thing that I love so much that I would happily do all day and not get paid for it. Okay. Dude, even me saying that, do you see how that sounds? People that will spend all day, and oh man, I meet creatives and I hear them say, oh, I love doing this so much. I love doing this so much. I love word working. I love beadwork. I wish I could do this all day, but I've got to go to my day job. Okay, well, let's figure out a way so you can do it more often. Oh, I can't. Money. I can't. I can't. Well, and the newsflash is if you say that over and over again, you're right, you can't. And then when I tell people that, they get upset. So now the reality is the reason you can't is because you're saying you can't. You're more than capable. How do I know you're more than capable? Because right now, at this very second, somewhere in the world, in many places in the world, someone is doing that thing and getting a paycheck for it. Someone is doing that thing, whatever that artistic thing that you're doing, and is supporting their family and putting a roof over their head and putting gas in their car if they have a car. Maybe they live in a place they don't need a car. Luckies. But that is happening right now. And how do I know it's happening right now? Because if it wasn't happening, you would have probably never have even heard of that creative endeavor. Because the other fun thing is, a lot of creative entrepreneurs, when they start in whatever their creative industry is, were inspired by other professionals. They weren't inspired by their friend Joe Schmo in the garage band next door. They were inspired by professional creatives. Therefore, you know that that is something that people do for a living because you were inspired by those people. So there's nothing saying that you can't be that too. And even if you are doing something so outrageously unique, if what you are doing is something that people want to see more of, they will also pay you for it. Yeah. Even if your creative idea is brand new, because it's unique, they will pay you for it. But are you willing to show up for your creative business? Are you willing to get deep with yourself as to why you don't want to be successful? Fear of success is a thing. And there's a lot of reasons why people fear success. That's why you hire a mindset coach to kind of walk through, like, why are you afraid of success? I mean, really, I tell people, hire a mindset coach before you hire a business coach, because you can get your system set up just beautifully and then still sabotage yourself in the end. And getting down deep as to why. Why? What are the reasons why? People don't do things unless they get some sort of benefit from it. Even if the benefit doesn't sound like a benefit, but deep down, there is a story that you are putting up there that you are convincing yourself that you have to do this because it's going to protect you in some way. It's going to keep you safe. It's going to help make you friends. It's going to give you adoration. It's going to make you feel valued. But those stories are actually working against you. So you really need to figure out, like, why am I afraid to invest in myself? Why am I afraid to start doing what I'm doing? And this is kind of like, I'll meet people, they're like, oh gosh, I really want to hire you as my coach. I really do, but God, it's so much money. Okay, that's the price. That's the price. Asking people to go down, asking people, can you do that? Can you? You're adding to your story that you're not capable of doing it, and you're starting off with the mindset of like, there's no way I'm going to make this work. So then no matter how much money you spend, it's not going to work. So that's why, I mean, that's why people are asking you to invest, because if you're not willing to even invest up front, you're not going to do the work required. Because think of it, if you're putting in like, well, I can only put in like $5, or like the girl with the $25 microphone. The first time someone says like, this sounds awful, she can throw herself up and just, see, I told you I can't do it. I told you. And she lost $25. $25 to sit in and feel bad. But when she starts to really invest, then it turns into like, okay, I have willingly put some money here. I've willingly put in my time. I've willingly done the research, so I'm moving in the right direction. And the universe rewards work. So invest in your time, invest in your money, in the things you need to do. Stop spending all of your time trying to find a workaround. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. There is no workaround. If there was a workaround for great success, everybody would be doing it. Instead of trying to find a workaround, get down deep and asking yourself, why are you refusing to invest in the thing you love? What is that story? What is that limiting belief that is keeping you from doing that? It is not your bank account. It is not. Because I know if you go back through your life, you will see that you have spent on something for way, way less important stuff, or things that you convinced yourself were important that you know that they weren't. So this where it's like, I'm sweet up until a point, but I'm going to break it down real for you. Stop trying to find workarounds to success and just do what you need to do. Just get on with it. Do what you need to do. Get your websites up. Get the training that you need if that's what you need. Get the consultant. Get the coach. Get the people that are going to help you make the money that you need and the things that you're going to get back. Go make it happen. Go start. Because the time and the little bit of money that you're spending trying to find a workaround, trying to avoid doing the thing, you could have done it by now. So that's my big thing about investing. Just your lack of investing and your excuses are just that. They are excuses. It is not about your bank account. It is not. Because like I said earlier, if I gave you that $1 million, $5 million ticket, you would find a way to get there. You would. Legally. Seriously, guys, don't be trying to break the law and put that on me, because I didn't tell you to break the law. But you would find a way to do it. You have moved mountains for other people, for other excuses, for things that are going to make you kind of feel better. But for the thing that you love to do and will bring you great rewards and great success and bring you a different kind of value, you're pulling back. So dig deep, figure out what that story is, figure out why your trauma is holding you back, and heal it. Heal it, release it, let it go, so then you can move forward and invest on where you need to invest. And of course, I'm going to post, I still have some more slots in my 8-week course, so I'm going to post that information in there. But the idea of investing, it goes for everything. Go get the stuff that you need and allow yourself to be successful. Hope that helped. If anyone has any questions or comments, throw them in the comments. Shoot me a DM. I'm happy to answer questions. If you have any more live stream, I was only going to do this like 2 live streams a day thing for a week just to see, but I'm actually kind of digging it. So I'm probably going to keep doing it for a while. So that way I can find a different way to serve people. Like the 8-week coaching is really deep and one-on-one type of work with a small group. But I also want to make sure that I'm putting stuff out there to get people moving along, to kind of get people jump started, so you can start earning and see how you can control on your mindset of what needs to move you forward. But seriously, mindset really is everything. You can have the things that you want, but you have to believe that you can have it. You have to rewire subconscious, and you have to let go of the blocks and the crap, those crap stories that you've convinced yourself that simply are not true. You're just accepting them as true, but they are not true. So, all right. If you have not done something creative today, there is still time. So I hope you do. You guys are awesome. So thank you. If you're watching this on replay, go ahead, still shoot me comments and suggestions. I love to hear them. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.